Hello, I'm Derek Smalls, and you're watching, or listening, or both, to Rock Shop Live with Eric Broadbent. He's the Bent Broad.
You're watching Rock Shop Live, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are provided by Rode Microphones. Now, for Music Gear Network, here's your host, guitarist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday evening to you. A regular time for us to be on Rock Shop Live, but inspiration hits. We're going to do a little couple things tonight. Talk about some upcoming shows. We got a doubleheader weekend, both on Rock Shop Live tomorrow night and the Helix Hour on Sunday. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about that. Do a tiny bit of playing. And it is going to be tiny this evening because it is hotter than heck in here. The temperature gauge is wet. 85. We only have air in the main bedroom and Junior's bedroom. So down here, it's whatever breeze comes through the curtains back there. So it's going to be a hot one for sure. A couple of people jumping in. Gary, two Garys actually, Gary Tholander and Gary Holt. Nice to see you here. And Landshark Mark. And you'll be able to catch Mark tomorrow morning on the party line with Ladybug and Sandra Lee, Nocturnal Butterfly, 10 o'clock Eastern time. There's lots of fun as always. I'm going to play a couple different new Helix presets that are coming out tonight. I was going to actually plug into Pod Go as well too. But I think I'm just going to be, just because it's too hot in here tonight, I'm not going to switch. I'm going to switch some guitars, but I'm not going to switch routing systems. I'm running, could be running Variax VDI cable back to the Helix rack back there. And we'll show you, you can see the tripod back there. I'll show you I've got kind of a new little decor going on as well too. If I can switch over to that cam here, I'll show you that. There they come. There they are. There's got the new Music Gear Network pills. We'll be talking about those. Those are available, but we'll talk about those later on. Gary says there's 102 at 6 p.m. That's crazy. It's I'm not sure what it is outside, but it's 85 degrees in the house. All right, so we're back here to this camera. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. We'll wait till a bunch of people jump into the chat before we talk about what's coming up. A lot of people know about it already, but it's busy. It's one of the kind of only good things for us here in the house that's come out of this darn pandemic is that the shows have been busier than we've ever dreamed of. You know, so we got to count the little tiny blessings. So you know. Obviously, a lot of horrible things come with this. We're wishing everyone well and safety and all that social distancing stuff. We take it very seriously here as well. As we talk about on our shows every week, we strictly abide by the rules that are, kind of guidelines that are put out for us. I'm the only one that goes out of the house, and when I do, it's very few and far between, and I wear masks and social distance and all that kind of stuff as well too. So I'm going to play a couple tunes for you. We'll talk about some stuff coming up. A really fun show tomorrow night. And this is a preset that's going to be coming out on Marketplace very, very soon. The only thing holding it up is me shooting the videos for it. And to do this, I've got to shoot 10 videos because I have 4 Helix presets coming out, 3 HX Stomp, and 3 Pod Go. Does that math work out? 4 and 6? Yeah, that's right. That's 10. So 4 Helix presets coming out, 3 Pod Go, and 3 Stomp. And I've had them done for probably at least a month. It's just getting the time to shoot these videos and then do the artwork for the graphics and putting them up on Marketplace. But they'll be up there right away. So watch for those. This one here that I'm playing tonight, at least for the first little bit, I finally come up with a name for it. Sometimes it's like, writing an instrumental song is coming up with that name. How do you define the name, right? It was just called Dual Amp Stereo for the longest time. But now looking down at my Helix control, it's called the Stereo Slow 800. And we're using, it's pretty nice. It's using a combination of the Soldano SLO 100 and also the JCM 800, 2 amps that on their own sound great. Together they sound really, really nice. And it's a 3 snapshot preset. Matt Krill's jumping in as well too. He'll appreciate this because he's a player of obviously the same guitars I have, and he's got the Helix and whatnot. So we've got a rhythm channel. Some nice stereo separation there. It sounds good even in these really crappy headphones I have. We got a dirt channel, so let's play a couple riffs here just to give you an idea. So we got rhythm, dirt, and then lead. So this is here's your rhythm. Go to the dirt. I got an octave on there. Once I turn that octave off, because I was playing with my opening song there. And of course, our lead. So nice 3 snapshots. And even the rhythm channel has just got just a little bit of bite. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And as you heard, there's a couple other bonus effects in there. We've got the MXR Phase 90. Got a momentary flange. Take your foot off and it's off. Okay, and we've got the octave as we were just hearing a few moments ago. Kind of fun. All right. And what else we got in there? It's probably about all the meat and potatoes. Of course, a wah. Nice. That works nice. I don't even know what wah I use at this point. It's probably the Vox V847, something of that nature. Matt, he's asking when it's coming out. If I get these videos shot, my goal is to have these videos shot and done, all the artwork uploaded to Line 6 by the weekend. It'll probably be an honest week or week and a half before they'll be available, just because everyone at Line 6 is working from home. It's a queue process. It takes a little bit of time. So if we said a week and a half from this weekend, I think that's a realistic, it'll be before the end of July for sure, probably mid-July, earliest and late July at the latest, but it certainly won't be before, it'll be before the end of the month for sure. Okay, so I'm going to play I'm going to use just the dirt and the lead snapshots for this song here. Hey, Rob's here. Nice to see you, buddy. He just got his Pod Go, so congratulate everybody. Rob getting his new Pod Go. Just got it. And Neil says, Eric, when you do a lead channel, do you do anything with the EQ or just boost the dB? Usually, yes, I do, Neil. I like to, one of my favorite things to do, and this is an Eddie Van Halen thing, but also it's something I like. Just my ears have always liked this. Even before I was using equalizers on like pedals, for that matter, I would always dime my mids on the amplifier. So when I would go to a lead channel, especially when I was using the 5150 amplifiers, 5153 amplifiers, on my rhythm channel, my mids would be probably 2 o'clock. Well, probably even more so than that. But on the lead channel, it would be dimed. So to answer his question there, your question is on my lead presets, especially with Pod Go and a lot of my Helix presets, I will have and especially with Pod Go, because you're forced to use an EQ, I put it on the lead channel and I dime my mids. So yes, indeed. And it just cuts nice. It's got a nice kind of, cuts like through like a hot knife through butter without being brittle on the ears. And you don't sometimes even have to really increase your dB much on the amplifier. Just give you that frequency now that is calling for attention. So there's your answer to that question. Yes, I use EQ a lot. And if I had to choose my favorite EQ on any HX Stomp, Helix, Pod Go, any of the above, it would be the 10-band EQ. So there's the answer to that one. Okay, so we are, TJ Hums is here. Nice to see you, buddy. I hope you are doing well. You had an anniversary just the other day. Congratulations. I forget how long ago, just a few days ago, I think. But congratulations again. All right, so we're going to load up a song here. You guys have heard these songs a million times, but at the same time, I don't get a copyright strike for playing them, so why not? I'll shut my microphone off here as well, too, so we don't get any clack. And it's getting hot here, so I'm just going to do a quick one of those. All right, I'm good to go. fun one to play for sure. And a couple good questions there. I'm just going to move my media player over on the PC so I can see the screen a little bit better. But yeah, so we're talking about some high temperatures. We talked about the leads. TJ Hums is here. Rob says, I only played it yesterday as far as the pod go. I like it and already made a bunch of my own patches besides the ones I got from Eric on the marketplace. Thank you. Yeah, he purchased the pod go 10 preset bundle, the starter kit. And Matt says Eric's trifecta preset is awesome. You should check it out. Thank you, Matt. And I'm going to be switching to that one in a moment because I love that one. That reminds me of my old 5153 rig with all the effects I had. 3 channels. I like it a lot. It's my most go-to used preset of everything that I play. And I'll tell you, we'll demonstrate that to some of the people that don't know that one. Marvin James is jumping in. I'm going to be writing a preset for something that you suggested the other day. I'll be working on that this week as well too. And Rob's also saying I tested in GarageBand. It's the only DAW I use, and it sounds great. I will give more info by the next week. Yeah, you need a good week or so to use your new device and learn it, and let your ears adjust to something new. And see how it inspires you. In a week's time, you will know for sure. And he's getting some rain tomorrow, 3 inches. We probably have some coming here too. Usually around this area, when we start getting these heat waves like this, it usually snaps and slaps us with a cold front, some rain. I've been hitting the pool like no tomorrow, and I still may do another swim tonight just because it's a great quick refresher for sure. I'm going to jump over to another preset just for a second. Another one that's coming out here, and hopefully I have so many different set lists, and I have to remember where I left them off. Okay, here we go. So there's another one as well too. This one is called Grand Acoustic. This is going to be strictly for Variacs. Okay, it's not turned. I gotta use my other guitar for this one. I don't have this one set up right for it. We'll come back to that one. But we also have one called the Twin BE. So, as you can tell, the Twin BE, it's a Fender Twin with a Friedman BE 100. And of course, we couldn't have one of my presets without having the ultra wide. So has a hint of clean in there too, right? Thank you so much, Rob. That was very, very nice of you. Super chat. Thank you. Everything helps so much, especially during these times. So a lot less gain than I'm used to. That's on the rhythm channel. Very, very versatile preset. Back to clean. That's gonna be fun. Hey, Brian's here, man. How's it going, buddy? So those are jumping in late. This is going to be the next one coming out. Well, one of the 10. This one is the Twin BE. And then we've got a PV5150, which is what I use for years. Only a 2 snapshot preset. It's going to be strictly rhythm and lead, because that's all you got. So there's rhythm. Of course, wah pedal and everything. Okay, what else we got for seasoned effects? We've got some octave in there as well too. I go back to the rhythm channel. A lot of this stuff, sadly, well, not sadly, it's hard for me to escape the Eddie Van Halen thing. So a lot of these effects are obviously inspired by my years and years and years and years of playing Van Halen. We've got the phaser in there, and the flanger, of course. It's not meant to be a Van Halen preset by any means, but it's some of the effects that we would use normally. Of course, we've got the octave in there as well, too. That's always fun to play with. We've got some extra dirt. We've got the wide. Oh, yeah, and we talked about, Neil's talking about the EQ. Okay, so we've got the 10-band EQ. Adds a lot, and then, of course, the wide. So watch the difference without the wide. Wide. Kind of gives you an idea, right? So that's the PV5150 coming out. We got the Grand Acoustic, which I'll show you in a moment. We did the Twin BE, and we did the, what was it called? The Slow 800. Stereo Slow 800, which was the Soldano and the JCM 800. Over on PodGo, I've got 3 presets coming out, as we mentioned at the top of the hour, and on Stomp, we've got 3 presets coming out. It's just kind of completing a little bit of a puzzle that we've been uploading. Brad Miller's jumping in. Ed B is here. Nice to see you. Very, very nice. Nice to have everybody here. It's hotter than heck in here. So Matt Krill was talking about earlier about the Helix Trifecta. So I have 2 versions. When you buy that preset, you get it with for a standard guitar, and you get it for a Variax as well too. So I'm going to use Variax. Actually, no, you know what? Even though I'm playing a Variax right now, I'm not going to, because for the songs I'm going to be playing in a moment, excuse me, I won't be doing any tuning changes. And what's really funny, if you look at, especially for the people that are joining in right now, I'm going to jump over to my couch cam here for a second. Not a casting couch, but the couch cam. Give me one sec. Switching over there now. So you notice 2 other Variaxes over there as well too. The one on the left, that's Junior's SR270. That's like the baritone scale. You can notice it's a little bit longer scale than the one on the right. I actually use, let's jump back again for a second. So Junior's is tuned to normal tuning. The one on the right, which is my SR250, that's tuned to concert pitch as well. Come back to the main screen here for a second. This one's tuned at half step, and I don't think there's too many people doing this, and probably a lot of people look at me and probably think I'm absolutely crazy. I'm sure they do, and I know they do. I don't use the Variax technology, especially for dirty stuff. I don't use it very much at all. I like this. I like the feel. Like, this guitar is tuned down a half step. I love the slinkiness. You just can't simulate string slinkiness or string tension. So this guitar is tuned down a half step. Those 2 guitars over there are concert pitch. So when I want to play, 90% of my music that I've written with my old band, and a lot of the new music I'm writing, is half step down. There's only a couple on the singer that we'd be playing with that were at concert pitch. So when I need those guitars, I'll grab them. Yes, in a pinch, I could take this guitar, no problem, and tune it the way I want with all Variax technology. But I'm a bit of a purist. That way I like magnetic pickups as opposed to the other. But with that said, I love using it for acoustic guitar. I love using it for oddball guitars like a sitar, a banjo, a dobro. I was working on learning the Breaking Bad theme, and working on it was actually a dobro that they used for that. So I switched it to a dobro. I was having lots of fun with that. And Matt Sanders going to ask why he didn't use the Variax technology to change the string tunings. I love it. It's got to be the real deal for me. It has to be. I'm just, it's almost like latency as well too. I'll give an example of latency and how I could hear it, and it drove me batshit crazy. Way back in the day, I used to use, when I was performing live, I had an original series as well too, which would probably be worth a fortune, the Digitech whammy pedal. And not only could I hear the latency in the signal, like it was, I don't know what the milliseconds were, and I don't even know what the number is before the human ear can detect it, but it was obviously at a level where my human ear could detect it, and I would hit a note, and it'd almost be like, bap, bap, and I just couldn't take that, especially when you're doing like a run, right? Unless you could train yourself not to listen to it. So that drove me crazy, and also at the same time too, it got caught in my pedal board a few times, and instead of being like bringing it back to neutral position so you're back at regular tuning, it would just get caught. This is the point where you're like super flat. But what I would always do is I'd look over at the bass player and I'd give him the dirty look from the side of the stage thinking he's out of tune. Meanwhile, it was me really bad, but always blame the bass player. Unless, of course, you're here in the chat and you're a bass player, then it's not the bass player's fault. It's the drummer's fault or the singer's fault or whoever you aren't. It's their fault. Whoever isn't here to defend themselves, it's their fault, okay? So yeah, that's how things have changed, and that's why I do like to use the guitars tuned to certain frequencies, right? Let me see here. Tropical storm coming through New York tomorrow. I hope everything is well. Keep us posted. Ed B says, love the Shuriken Variax, but ended up getting the Variax Standard instead. Very nice guitar as well, too. Very, very nice guitar. I also have the 89F. It's hanging up on a hook in Junior's room right now. He has commandeered it from me. He's getting one himself. I have a blood red one, and he's getting the black one. He loves that guitar as well too. He's been playing it a lot, but and he's temporarily stole it from me. So I want to get it back. I feel much more comfortable down here, but I've got a couple of his guitars down here too that I'm holding as collateral till I get it back. Guitar Man 45 is here as well too. I think I did say hi to Brad Miller. If I didn't, hello again. I hope everything's good down your way. Some nice sunsets probably as well. Let's go. So we're jumped back over to, we haven't yet actually. We're going back now. We're going back to the trifecta that Matt talked about. And this one here, I mean, if you guys are watching your pennies, and if you're Helix players and you only want to buy one of my presets, and you want to, and you want to take the wife out for dinner, or you want to splurge on something else and just buy one of my presets, I would recommend this one highly. This is something that I could live with for the rest of my life, and it's not a brag or anything like that. It's what I loved and what I love now and what I love playing on the road. It's got a beautiful clean. I mean, I just love this. I do. Okay, then we've got a nice rhythm. You're hearing a little bit of string clack here, but I'm not going to shut my mic off. And of course, your lead. Harmonics jump out. Lots of extra, listen to that delay too, right? So we go back to this, this is so versatile. If I go back to clean, this is what I use, when I'm playing that song Fly of mine. My harmonic trem. And I'm using a one pickup guitar right now. So I mean, imagine what you can do with this, right? Take off that. We've got phaser. Try the 6-button looper. I'm not good with looping, but let's see if we can get away with this. I'm horrible at it. Looped. And there you go. Kind of versatile. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. Brad says he had a big tree branch fall in the section of the fence, got out, chainsaw, and all back up. Just what I wanted to. Yeah, I know exactly. We had the same thing happen here too. Last fall, we had one come down and take out part of the neighbor's fence, and we just finally got it chopped up. I don't have a chainsaw, so a neighbor brought one over and we chopped it up. We got lots of firewood for quite some time, for sure. Okay, so let's play this one here. Let's go back to rhythm. I love this preset. Okay, I'm going to actually drop it down to drop D, and even here again too with Variax, I could do this, but I'm doing it manually, old school. Okay, time for some Runaway. Literally never get tired of playing that one. It's so fun. The harmonics are squealing. I love this neck, the ebony neck, the rolled edges. Just totally, it totally rocks, man. And I really like to have the guitar tuned originally to the proper tuning for that, as opposed to using the technology. We'll play a couple more songs here. Actually, before we jump into the next song, I'll take a quick wipe here and get a quick refreshment. Got two great shows on the every week now for the next few weeks. We're going to be doubleheader weekends for Rock Shop Live and the Helix Hour. Tomorrow night, if you're a fan of the the Breaking Bad universe, which contains the show Breaking Bad, El Camino movie, and of course the spinoff of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. We've been talking to a lot of the cast and crew of those franchises over the past few weeks. And tomorrow night, if we got Skinny Pete himself on the show, so it's kind of the tale of two Petes. We've got Skinny Pete, played by the actor Charles Baker, on the show tomorrow night. We'll be talking about both Breaking Bad and El Camino. And Charles is a very talented, very gifted musician himself. And we'll be talking about this. I mean, this is a bit of a spoiler. Probably some of you won't be here tomorrow night. I encourage you to show up. It'd be a great show. But Thomas Schnauz, who was the one of the main writers, directors, and producers for Breaking Bad, also heavily involved, kind of the right-hand man for Better Call Saul. He told us on the show last week, he said that there's a scene in Breaking Bad where Badger, played by Matt Jones, I think his name is, and Skinny Pete, who's Charles Baker, they go into, this would be in season 4, I believe, they go into the music store, and this is where Walt and Jesse decide to start doing cooks under the tents of the Vominos Pest Control. So they're going, it's a perfect way, the pest control people put the tents over the house. Of course, there was always kind of smells and stuff that come out of the houses anyways when you're doing that kind of stuff. So, cooking their particular product in these houses wouldn't be detected by people. So they go in there and they do a setup, and they do their batch, and then they leave. But they needed big road cases, big ass road cases. So Walt sends Skinny Pete and Badger to the music store to go get some road cases. So what happens is, you see for a brief moment there, you're seeing Skinny Pete playing this beautiful classical piece. I don't know if it was Bach or whatever it was. It was just beautiful, and playing whatever. And then you see Badger picking up a double neck BC Rich, just kind of hammering some really bad out of tune chords. But the funny thing is, as a guest, we'll hear the full story tomorrow. But it was totally Thomas Schnauz's call on that. They must have been between scenes. Okay, ready guys. Okay, take five, whatever. So the guys are in the music store. They go over, they start doing their thing with their instruments. And Tom saw that, and he goes back and tells everybody else, we got to put these guys in the scene. And then sure enough, there it is. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Then the second portion of the Tale of Two Petes over on the Helix Hour, it's been probably about 3 years since we've had Pete Thorne on the show. So Pete's going to be back. Pete's been on the show probably 3 or 4 times, but way back in the onset of back in the EVH Gear discussion days, which is forever ago, so many years ago, seems like forever ago. We'll be talking about all things Line 6 Helix, and of course the wonderful player that he is and world respected. So that's going to be a great catch up, and looking forward to that as well too. Some nice comments. Thank you so very much. Ed says great playing, and Ed B says I hope you got some AC running there in your studio, Eric. I do not. I have a ceiling fan on right now, which I'm surprised. You can just hear a slight hum, and it's basically doing nothing. I could literally take this guitar pick, go like this, and have the same effect as a ceiling fan. There's no, we live in a very, very old home from the 1860s. And it's a very old home. It'd be crazy to re-insulate this place to put central air, but we do have air conditioning in the main bedroom, and then we have it in Junior's room as well too. So it's comfortable up there. Everywhere else, it's excruciating. But playing guitar, I'd much rather be hot than cold, anyways. When my fingers drop below room temperature, I can't play. So I know I'll suffer through it, but at the same time, it will assist. It will assist the playing for sure. Okay, so it seems like we're still down here in D, drop D. Tuning stability is really, really nice tonight. We'll play some silence. How about that? I mean, this won't be a long broadcast tonight. We're already at 9:37. We'll make sure we keep it to an hour, because I have to finish up a couple things tonight for the show for tomorrow night. I got to send my itinerary just off to Charles Skinny Pete there. I promised I'd send it to him tonight. I don't usually always send it to my guests. Sometimes I like to keep things by surprise, like 100% by surprise, and it just depends on how I feel about the guest. In this case, I want to send it to him just because I want him to peek at it. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. And as Ed says, yeah, it's brutal in here. It is. But I got a pool out in the backyard just calling my name. With some LED lights, I'll go pop in there for a quick one tonight. Jump over to the sounds record. All right, and here we go. Here comes the title track called Silence. How did I not notice that? And this is the song I always talk about not messing up for my mom. Was it still in drop D? I don't even know how I didn't even notice that. Oh, man. Sorry, Mom. It was her birthday last week, too. She's passed. She died on her birthday, which is sad. Okay, we're gonna continue from there. Sorry, Mom. All right, we can fix it. We're gonna go back just to the bridge. Oh man, such a bummer. So yeah, I totally butchered that one. That must have sounded horrible in drop D. You know what I usually do is I play it on the Wolfgang or the Kramer, and I've got the D tuner on there, and I don't know I flick it down for D, I flick it back up and be in regular tuning. That must have been brutal. Oh well, it is what it is. No problem, Matt. And I'm sorry I butchered that one. I know you like that song, and yeah, that's one of the worst ones I've ever played. But it is what it is. I don't think Mom's gonna hate me too much. Okay, so we can maybe play 2 more songs, and we'll get ready to wrap up. So again, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Skinny Pete, the actor from Breaking Bad, El Camino, played by Charles Baker, will be tuning in. It's going to be a great show tomorrow night. And then, of course, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. Pete Thorne will be talking all things Line 6 Helix. It's going to be a fun show. And then I believe next Sunday is Gemma Juro's coming back. I'm pretty sure it's next Sunday. She's on the. You know what? Let's have a look at the calendar. I did this last time on the show. I did a quick check because I forget who's where. Let's bring up the calendar. All right, today is the 9th. It's Nunavut Day in Canada, I guess. Okay, cool. All right, so tomorrow, Helix Hour, Sunday, Pete Thorne. Yes, the 19th is Gemma Jura. Gemma Jura's back on the 19th. On the 26th, we have Tony Campanova from Line 6, an incredible player. And on August 2nd, we have Robbie Calvo, who's a Yamaha and Line 6 artist. Going to be fantastic. And we're waiting on confirmations on a couple other guests as well, too, which will take us to the end of August and the end of Season 5 of the Helix Hour. We don't really do seasons on Rock Shop, but on they're kind of like an open book kind of thing. But on Helix Hour, we have a set amount of episodes we want to do per season. And we take like about a week off, and then we start the next season. So I think we've done 5 seasons in about 2.5 years, which is crazy. Okay, what can we play here? Thanks, Brad. I appreciate that. All right, let me see here. You know what we'll do? See and Tell tomorrow morning is the party line with Sandra Lee, Leanne, and Mark. 10 o'clock, we'll play one for Mark. We will play the stripper song. Okay, there we go. Kevin O'Leary's jumping in. Nice to see you. He says, Robbie Calvo, for sure. It's going to be great. All right. That had nothing to do with the song I'm about to play. That was just useless wanking. Okay, here we go. Be one of the last two ones. Oh, cool, Brad. We'll watch that for sure. Saturday for sure. Let me see. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that greatly. Okay, I'm going to crank this one up in my headphones because I really want the dynamics in my head to hear this one. It's like firecrackers in here. And we can probably sneak one more. And I didn't say hi to Stefan as well. Stefan is here. Stefan Odette says he checked in earlier and I forgot. He says hello, having a good rehearsal, and also says I'm writing to Ernie Ball Company about pure nickel classic strings, and they said that they are made with 99.6% of nickel. Wow, that's pretty awesome. It's that's a high nickel content for sure. And Rob asked me somewhere. Who asked me about copyright? Let me see. Where is it? I saw a copyright question. Where was that? I lost it now. I lost it. Oh, yeah. He says, Erica, your song is copyrighted. Yes, indeed. Everything that we've written with Finding Core from Silence 5210, and then, of course, our two songs that were in the soundtrack to A Case of Deceit movie, which were repeats of other songs, Pass You By and Loaded Gun, sung with another singer and re-recorded in a different studio. So it's completely different. One's tuned down to half step, one's 440, but all versions of our songs are copyrighted. Copywritten. I've had them on iTunes years ago, but once we folded the band, I pulled them off iTunes. I may put them back up on there again later on, but they're all part of our my Patreon package as well too. And we've got some awesome Patreon supporters. You can see the link on the screen as well too. And a couple of them, actually, a couple of our awesome Patreon supporters are here in the chat. I don't want to single them out right now, but we appreciate them. You know, sometimes people like to support and not, you know, be known, you know, and don't want the pat on the back. They certainly get the pat on the back in other ways as well too. We appreciate them greatly. But yeah, there's a tier on our Patreon package. I think it's like at around $4, I think, that you get all of our music as well too. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Don't quote me. There's only 4 tiers we have. They're really simple. They start at $1. And you believe it or not, you know, you have several people jumping in at $1. It does help them. We appreciate it greatly, especially during these tough times where, you know, it's your income is never known. You know, you don't have job security in good times, let alone in the tough times like we're all into right now, right? Fruitcake Tony is here. Nice to see you. Says hi, Eric. And Seventh Son is here. I didn't recognize Seventh Son. Nice to see you. Thanks for jumping in. So yeah, we're having some fun times tonight. Some good shows coming up. We've readjusted the studio here. So for people that are tuning in for the first time, this is a completely different look. And, you know, it's kind of funny. It does look almost like a green screen. I had a couple of people say, it looks like you're using a green screen just because the contrast is so heavy on me and you see the stuff in the back. But I can, as long as my cables, if I don't kill myself. 1 second. I'm tied down with a headphone cable. I'm trying to find where the end of this thing goes. It's not going to happen. Where's this headphone cable? Okay, so the headphone cable is wrapped around the thing. But I'll show you the other angle here. We got the new couch in, got the Music Gear Network pillows. We'll jump over there. So we got the Music Gear Network pillows where we talk about those. Some other stuff coming to the merch shop as well too. You can check that out at broadstash.com. There's all kinds of cool stuff there. We're going to be unveiling some new stuff coming up very soon as well too. So nice to have you guys all here. It's nice to play one guitar all night. You know what I might do? I think I'm actually literally going to go grab the other guitar, mute Helix for a second, do that. And the last 2 songs I'll play for the night, and I know Brad always appreciates this, we'll wrap up with Loaded Gun and Pass You By, both in the 440 register, which were in the movie, A Case of Deceit. Okay, so I'll pull that out. Bear with me. I'll go grab the guitars. We'll go over here. This cam. Be right back. I guess I could always give you a bit of a spinorama too and show you some of the back gear here. Let's try to turn the camera for a second. All right, we're back. Just gotta put the headphones on. Okay, we're back, and just realized I missed your anniversary as a Patreon. Oh, we got to get you a shirt, man. We got to get you up. Got to get you hooked up. Ed B says, are there any Bluetooth headphones that work well enough for guitar playing or wireless headphones? Too laggy. I'm always pulling my headphone wires as well. Love to go wireless. I don't know. I've always found Bluetooth headphones to be, the latency drives me nuts. I don't really know what to recommend there. I always go wired. Unless you go with a true wireless system, like a really good in-ear monitor system, that would be not too bad. But I always go wired, and it drives me crazy because I've got a wire right now. I'm using a 3.5 millimeter coupler and an extension cable, and I have to almost like hold it underneath my keyboard to keep pressure on it because it's really finicky, and I lose not only stereo, it goes completely like right to the center channel. It sounds horrible. So I prefer to go wired at all times. It's a pain in the ass, but it just works. Okay, so I guess Helix is still muted. Okay, so now we're in a higher register. And now we want to change over to that HX Trifecta Variax preset, which gives us clean, dirty, lead, and acoustic. Got off on a weird tangent there, didn't we? Okay, here we go. This one's for Brad and for Matt too, and for all of you. You all rock. Okay, going here to. I want to say this is really important. So I know Junior's waiting for me to get off the air here. He's been working on something for 2 days here. He's kind of an electronic music artist. I don't know if you want to call it like EDM or whatever you want to call it, but it's really good. To me, it sounds like the stuff that should be in all the best video games. He's got a couple of releases out as well too, and he's doing a virtual concert. He's doing a lot of things in the VR world. He's got like this Oculus Rift S thing, but he's doing some concert where he's going to be appearing in the VR world and playing his music. He's going to be doing kinds of things that you see in VR during this concert. But so he wants to finish up his video tonight. It's about 46 minutes long, and I've offered to do a premiere on my channel to get him a few new people, some new ears, and it's really cool. Like, I mean, watching the visuals he's put on top of the music. It's what we'd expect to see from a lot of pop artist bands and stuff like that. It's really cool. So I'll let you guys know either through our various networks here if we're going to have him do a premiere on the channel. I'd love to do it for him. If not, I'll let you know how you can experience this other stuff. But I'm really proud of the boy. He's got some great music. Some of the stuff I would have killed to have said I've written it. I didn't. He did. And there's a couple tracks where we were just jamming, like real guitars over top of some of this electronic stuff that he composes, and Don't ever be fooled that it's just paint by number, which, to some people it is like that, but you have to know what you're doing to do that. And it's beautiful music. So I'll try to share that with you very soon. Okay, so 2 last songs of the evening. Okay, and this goes to show that this preset can sound nice even on a 1 pickup guitar, just like this. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, well, I'll let you know how you can hear that. It's really, really good stuff. Very proud of him. Okay, last 2 songs of the evening. Here we go.
No
And the last one, thank you, Dave Briscoe. I think my very first bass player, or second bass player in my entire life. Nice to see you, buddy. I love it when you pop in. Dave and I go way back. Oh, that was horrible. Jesus. Okay, last one. This is it. This is the last song for the evening. This is Loaded Gun. I love to have a whammy bar for this, but I don't have one on this guitar. I'm not switching guitars. We're keeping it right here. This is a fun one. All right. And then we'll hope to see some of you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad. Charles Baker, actor, will be joining us talking all things the Breaking Bad universe and music, because he's a very accomplished musician as well. Tune in for that. And of course, Pete Thorne over on the Helix Hour on Sunday at 3 p.m. Here we go. There we go, guys. All right. Hope to see you at 9 o'clock. We'll have a great show planned. I think you'll really enjoy it. Some great insight from Charles Baker, actor. We're going to have lots of fun. And then over Sunday on the Helix Hour, Pete Thorne. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in on this fun, hot Thursday evening. I'm going to go jump in the pool, cool off, and have a beer. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there, and catch you on the next one. Until then, cheers.
Hey, you're still here? Eric Jr. here, reminding you to check out our full lineup of quality merch. Available right now in the Broadstash Boutique. Quality products and fast shipping. Visit broadstash.com today.
Video production services for Rock Shop Live are provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are provided by Rode Microphones.